Woo! Welcome
to
to
the
the
Legion's
Legion's
Lair.
Lair. I am Broder of Bjorngar.
And I would be Emir Kaspar.
This way, yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. No, that's it. No,
Let's
no, that's
see here,
it.
right there. Yeah, man, we got a great guest tonight. But before we get into that, Brad, buddy, lots of news.
News?
News.
What
Where do
news?
we want to start? Figure Obscura?
Let's see. You know what? I didn't even pull this up. I'm slacking. I'm slacking.
No, don't worry about that. Figure Obscura is just it's done. Gandhi done. They're shipped. That's about the only news with them. Now they did come out with that drop that we talked about last week, and everybody knows that's the Anubis and Beset figures. They're not a 2-pack. They are packed separately. And did you get them yet? Oh, Brad got them.
Now, I did get them, but I didn't have time to open them. So here they are.
Nice.
I felt like Pee Wee Herman. Like, I know you are.
You know what?
Yes. Obviously, there's a lot of people posting, so I've seen them. I'm excited about them. I got rid of my Scarabus Anubis.
Yeah.
I did. I got rid of them, man. I sold them because I got this one now. That's what's up. So I'll open them. I'll open them.
Great figure.
I'll probably do that tomorrow when I get some time.
Nice. Get a little bit of time tomorrow. Have fun opening figures. I got mine, and I opened Anubis. Haven't got around to Beset yet, and Anubis did not disappoint. I've got to. You want to hear a funny story, buddy?
Yes, I love funny stories. Give it to me.
This is a great story, buddy. Well, anyways, so I was excited that they came. This was a couple days ago. I wasn't feeling well. Actually, no, it was because my last day off was last Tuesday. So it was a week ago they came. Wasn't feeling well. They came. I said, man, I got to open Anubis. So I started opening them up. Man, I felt a number 2 coming on. Screw it, man. I'm going to hit the porcelain and I'm going to finish opening this. All I had was, man, I went to the Pop Bro. All I had.
You brought them with you?
Yes, I brought Anubis, but all I had was the damn plastic that he was encased in. And man, did I tear it up. And as I was getting one of his hands out, do you know where that motherfucker flings?
No.
Oh, yes.
No.
Get it out of there. It goes boink, boom, right down in. And you know what that means, brother.
No.
Pause. So one of his gripping hands, boom, gone. He got flushed because I wasn't going in. So here's the disclaimer, baby. Here's the disclaimer. Never, and I mean never,
I gotta turn this
open
up.
your figures when you have to take a big shit. Do not take him into the bathroom. Do not take him near the porcelain, brothers, unless you want to be missing an accessory.
Oh my gosh, Mike. This is oh my god.
That's honest to God truth that happened. I can't tell you how many figures I've opened up while on the pot. And this is the first accessory I've lost. A hand. When I was trying to get, the extra hands out, it just popped. It couldn't have worked out any worse. Oh, well.
Oh, Mike, when you said funny story, I didn't know it was gonna be so funny. Jesus.
Dude, don't do it. Don't do it,
Mike,
David Smith.
Mike, for that, you will be knighted because you had to dig your hands deep into the.
I did not. I did not. I refuse to. That's why the hand is now forever encased in my septic tank until the next pumping.
Go back. I gotta find Dave's comment. I didn't even know.
Dave's awesome.
Oh,
Woo!
there's tears in my eyes.
Anyways,
You
man.
can see this. Oh my God.
True
Ooh, give me a
story.
second here, guys. Oh man, that was great, Mike. That was a great story. I can't wait for all the people to play this on repeat. Dude, I know, Dave. That would have been option one. Man, I'm sorry.
Oh man. Anyways,
Heavens.
let's move on to Cosmic Legions. Outpost Zaxius is currently shipping the non-all-ins. All-ins are already out. So Outpost Zaxius will be getting into people's collections soon. They're hoping, I think, to have it all shipped out during June, by the end of June. So now the big news, brother. What's the big news?
Got to get back in it. Okay.
You can do it, buddy.
All right. I hit the wrong button. I'm so discombobulated. Share screen. Share screen.
Share it.
So obviously, there was some news. We were. It was kind of good news. We were told that really, literally, Mike, was it not right after our show? They're like, something's happening. It was, I think it was the Wednesday. It was like literally the day after our show. They're basically saying, hey, a week and a half from now, stuff's going down. And boy, did it. It was a cool wave. I'm definitely digging it. It was definitely a shock. I was with you, Mike. I literally thought we were getting the dragon. But I guess that didn't happen, which is okay because I think we know it's going to happen. It's been confirmed. And it's the 25th anniversary. So, Mike, wouldn't you say what better time to display it, right? Would be.
Well, they had me confused.
Yeah,
being a dragon this year. I truly do. But every time I think something, they go the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Wave, I had no idea what it was going to be. I mean, it could have been a version 2, 5, 6 version 2 figures. It could have been a retooling, which is not retooling, a parts reuse, which is what we got. By the way, that's phenomenal because we get existing new parts in different colors. Poppin' really helps poppin' swappers. Or were we going to get the dragon? At this point, they have me confused because if you're going to throw a dragon out there and it's going to be $500, I mean, that's I don't know what else you put with that. On
I don't know.
Wave, if it's going to be at G-Con, who knows? I don't know of any other slot they could put the dragon in because you have Cosmic most likely dropping where PowerCon was in August.
True that. So, I got a feeling that the dragon. I mean, I think it has to be big, and it's going to be bigger than the bear, and it's going to be bigger than the trolls, obviously. And if a troll is $110 at a pre-order, as well as the bear, actually, I think the bear was cheaper, wasn't it? I think it's 110.
Bear was 80.
Yeah, so it's a little cheaper, but it's taller. It may not have the same mass, but it is taller. But at the same time, I go, I would think the dragon would have to be at least $200 to $300, easy, and then put a few other figures in there. But who knows?
I think the scale they mean to make the dragon, and they're not going to half-ass anything. So they're not going to half-ass the dragon. You're looking at 4+. I would think 4+. So they have me confused right now, but we'll see what they do. I thought the dragon slot was June, but this week we got. I got to say, we got the gold skeleton. I'm a big skeleton fan.
Okay,
Mercurian fan. So we did get Osif, uh, the Mercurian helmet, where you can make a Mercurian out of him, and you got the gold skeleton. That's pretty cool. So yeah, the wave is not bad at all. And my favorite part of it is the horsemen continue to show love to their fans, and we got 6 tribute figures in this wave.
No doubt.
One being Joe Russo. Okay, and that right there is, I'm trying to see the name, Osif of the Golden Spear. Oh. Another one being Noah Pratt, and his tribute figure is Kai Pacha. Now, give me a second. Noah's actual head name, the tribute head to him that goes with the Kai Pachu figure, Noah Shadowstring. It's called Noah Shadowstring.
Beautiful.
And the rest of the guys were, the next 4 tributes were in, they were in the malignancy of Gob Hollow. So one was Dobin, tribute to Dan Tobin. One was Mac, or Mock.
Mock. You gotta give it the old Boston accent there. Mock.
And one was Kirby. One to tribute to Kirby Smith, and the last one was Pat R, if I'm pronouncing that right. Patrick Peterson's
Peterson. Did I say Robert?
Yeah, all admins of the God, I can't say the word, but the
malignancy
group. Yeah, so I love seeing that. Oh my God.
Yeah, no doubt. That's where it's at. So Mike, who out of all the figures so far, what was your favorite?
Out of all the figures, what was my favorite? Oh boy.
Which one's your favorite?
I'm gonna have to say,
we'll ask our guests the same question.
It's probably between, because I got multiples of Osif and the gold skeleton, but okay, being able to make that Mercurian with Joe Russo's tribute is going to be phenomenal. So I'm going to right now say Joe's.
Gotcha. You're talking about this Mercurian helmet right here.
Yeah, because what I'm going to do is take the Vetus.
Purple gang, baby.
Vetus upper arms, Vetus upper legs, put it with the armor plus the Mercurian helmet, and you have a whole new Mercurian ready to roll.
Yeah, nice.
So, and that's what I did with, I'll show you. Give me a second.
I don't know. Mine was tough. I like the cat burglar guy, obviously. The frost ogre was pretty cool.
So, do you recognize this guy?
Oh, let me
this guy is basically from the Furious 4 set. And let's see if I can turn him. With the Vetus upper arms and upper legs, look what you get. All these parts are from, other than the upper arms, upper legs from Vetus, this is all Furious 4. And you got a new Mercurian.
Nice.
So that's what I'm excited about, because I'm a huge Mercurian fan, along with Skeletons.
Yeah, I liked this guy. I thought he was cool. But I didn't think what I thought was cool. Well, it is cool. Is getting the. Let me scroll down. There we go. That's basically the Nasty Nate accessories head.
The Noble Barch. Yeah.
Yeah. But you're getting it in a frost giant form. I mean, that's kind of cool. I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah, I mean, the line is built on reuse of parts. You cannot tool parts and only use them once. You just can't do it. You absolutely can't do it. And if you look back at the Coliseum wave, those are parts reused. If you go back to the Soul Spiller wave, parts reused. You go back to Covenant of Shadow Wave, parts reused.
Yeah.
Same with Siege at Bjorngar. Same with Wasteland.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Those figures are awesome. So these figures, I love seeing a wave like this. I love seeing a wave like this. You cannot have new tooling all the time.
And I'll follow that up with obviously we've been spoiled recently with a lot of new tooling. But I guess you need to not to say you need to milk it, but you need to obviously utilize that stuff or see it in other colors or see it in other forms. And that's what you're seeing here. And there's nothing wrong with that. And they did a great job with the wave. So other than that, anything else, Mike, that you want to add or?
None.
Carlo, Frosty Nate. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Instead of Nasty Nate, we got Frosty Nate.
Frosty Nate. Yeah, I'm just I think it. I was surprised at the size of the wave, but I'm never gonna complain about new figures. I'm not gonna do it. I got an all-in, and then I got extra Josephs or Osifs and gold skeleton 2s.
Trevor did a good job there.
So, but my thing is, I almost have to the Noah tribute. As good as that cat head is, I think I have to display him with Noah's head.
Like I said, this cat head's my favorite out of the wave. But obviously the Noah tribute head is pretty damn cool.
Because it's Noah. I think it.
I'm so glad that they followed it up with that because I was thinking, oh, cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So okay. Mike, did you get anything new other than
just my figure obscuras, Anubis and Benset, and you know what happened there. So
well, real quick before we bring our guest on, everybody might have known a guy on the Cabal. I think his name is Timothy Pong. Pong, am I saying that right? Timothy Pong. And and obviously, Mike, you have bought some stuff from Timothy Pong's amazing sales. As you know, I've always been an advocate for the birds. I love the birds. Some people don't. They don't get them. Mike's the one that got a bird, got me hooked to a bird. I thought they were cool. I needed to see if the other birds were as cool as the first bird I got, and they just kept getting better, and I liked them. They were and can be expensive. I think me and Mike got the birds before they got a little too ridiculous in price, but I've always wanted these. I remember when I was a baby in the Cabal, nobody knew who I was. And I'm like, does anybody have green and blue wings? Gothatropolis wings, the 1.0 version of wings, not the 2.0 wings. And obviously I was bombarded by customizers like, just paint them, dude. Just get wings. And I'm like, oh, I can't do that because I'm a completionist and I need these things. I need to know that they're out there. After all these years, Timothy Pong has given me the blue wings that matches Cyanicus perfectly.
Beautiful.
Very perfect.
Beautiful, buddy.
So I did get that, and I bought the green wings.
Archaeopteryx.
Yes, and it matches him to a T if you see his skin. I mean, it is like perfect. So nice. Thank you for allowing me to do that. And now it actually makes me want to customize some other ones because now that I see these, I'm like, maybe I will paint some wings. That would be kind of cool.
Nice.
So that's what I got. And yes, Stevo for president. So, Mike, I think without further ado, we've talked enough news. We've BS'd enough. Let's bring our guest on because I'm excited about this guy. Plus, I think he's an admin of a certain vampire group. Maybe we'll talk about that. We'll talk about a lot of things. Let's get to know our good friend, Stevo.
What's up?
What is up? Oh, look at Stevo!
How you doing, my friend?
What an entrance!
I am doing well. Thank you guys for having me on.
No doubt. That was a really cool entrance. That was pretty dope.
That was cool. They did that earlier when I was waiting backstage. And I was like, "What the hell was that?" That's happened again.
You're like, let me try that again here. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I'm liking that. Yeah.
Nice. So let's just get right into this, my friend. Okay. What got you into adult action figure collecting?
You see how he looked he looked to the side of the bed.
I've actually been collecting since I was like 7 years old, and what got me into collecting adult action figures was actually Spawn. Not knowing that that was Four Horsemen that designed and helped create a lot of that Spawn stuff, working for McFarlane. So it was more of a transition of when I was younger, and then getting into more a little bit like, say, eviler, like Spawn, a little bit more serious stuff, and then that kind of developed into Spider-Man Classics, which turned into Marvel Legends, which just turned into a whole bunch of other shit.
Well, what got you specifically into Four Horsemen product?
Scott Wiles, 100% Scott Wiles. I would help him out at shows because we'd see each other at other toy shows, and he knew that I helped out other people, and he knew that I know how to work a show. And I saw him at his table. I never really paid attention. And in November of 21, I did a show in Grand Rapids, Michigan with him, Grand Rapids Con. And I think that was right after Aether came out. And I'm looking at him on his pegs because I'm putting these up for his shelf and everything. And I'm staring at Belphegor. I'm staring at Aether. I'm looking at these things going, okay, you might get me with these. Belphegor was definitely the one that I was like, okay, I really, really like this now.
Hell yeah.
So I started doing some research. And then March of 22, I bought, in the same day, 2 off him. And then I bought Aether and Belphegor off him. And then he said, oh, well, my buddy Travis over on the other side of the room has Aether's horse. So that's where I met Travis and bought that from him.
Nice.
And awesome. When you say Travis, you mean Travis Bowles.
I mean Travis Bowles. I mean Pelvicus, his naked ass himself.
I was about to say hot tub and all.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So everybody in the community knows you're a huge vampire fan. Can you explain what the Brood Facebook group is and how did it come to be?
The Brood Facebook group is just a love of all things of the faction, Lithia's Brood. It came to be Kilbo Baggins, who I believe is one of your fellow Ohioans.
Yep.
Kilbo Baggins actually started the group, and Jonathan Hughes, another great caballer, another dear friend of mine, and I know he's in the chat. He came to me actually and said, hey, I know you're a big vampire guy. We're starting up a faction group. Would you like to be an admin? So originally, Kilbo started it and then brought on Hughes, and then brought on me, and then we brought on Michael Horvath. And then very, very early on, Anthony Halseal was an admin to kind of help us move things because Anthony's well-versed in the community. He knows how to run a group and everything like that. So he was kind of there just to get us to get our legs on underneath us and everything and help us out. And then eventually he went on to do all his dwarf shit and everything like that. And then it is what it is today.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Why vampires?
Why vampires? I mean, all my life I've been kind of enamored with vampires and everything like that. Baron Volgar was the first one that I did research on and saw when I went to, somebody told me to go to Source Horseman when I started doing research before I bought my 3, and I saw Baron Volgar 2 and was like, fuck yes. Like that was the one immediately that I was like, okay, what is this now? So I start looking at that faction and I started to get what was available. My first Legions con was 22, and I went pretty vampire heavy. I think I bought all of them that they had on the table there.
Okay. Wow. That now, what about Baron Vollingar? Is it the head sculpt? Because it's a beautiful head sculpt.
It's the head sculpt, and it's kind of like a little mystery, like where did he get the scar from? Who I like joked around and actually thought like who actually is his father? Because we know it's a elf from the first age. We don't know who his father actually is. But the pauldrons, the chest piece, the ornate things that it has with it is just a very like piece of art looking figure.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's transition a little bit into shows here. PowerCon 2023. What was your experience like, and how excited are you for it to return in 2025?
I had a real fun time at 23. 22 was my first one, and it was kind of like a whim thing because I was very new to Mythics, and it was the first time of taking a trip specifically to go and meet some people and hang out and buy Mythic Legions. And then 23, just planning that, knowing that it was going to be, going from Legions Con to Mesquite Con, knowing that was going to happen, and then going into Power Con, and then knowing that right after Power Con, it was only a few more months until Legions Con. I know I saw you guys there. That was a lot of fun. Walked around. It was cool to be a year in at that point and see a bunch of other people. Because I remember I saw your guys' show when I first got in the Cabal, and I saw you guys there at 22, and I was like, I'm not gonna bother them. I wanted to kind of go up and be like, oh hey, and yeah, it was one of those things, and I was like, I'm not gonna bug them, not knowing how well the community was, where you got everybody's just like, yeah, talk to anybody.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was about to say there's a few times I think you were just walking by and I'm like, oh, hey, Stevo! I'm like, hey.
And then I figured out this year that I'm exactly Ogre Dong height. Like I stood right underneath the statue, and I'm like, yeah, this is great.
Yeah, don't get near Greg. Yeah, you might get it.
You're
Ogre.
Ogre.
Oh no, we've already talked about him tossing me at one point, one of these years. Yeah.
That's great. I remember at PowerCon 23 when you were coming down. I think we were in line. You were handing out the Brood stickers.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right? Is that memory right?
Yeah, I had a new batch of them because 22 the group didn't exist. I think it might have been going into 23 is when we started it. Like well, December of 22 is when when Hughes contacted me about it and everything like that. What's up, Van? Love some Purple Gang. Love those guys. Him and Jordan. Love those guys.
Oh yeah, they're great.
But I think it was like toward the end of 22 was when John got a hold of me. And then I want to say February 23 is when we started it. And then I started getting stickers and handing those out. And I handed out different ones at Legions Con after that. But the original little tiny die cut Brood stickers, yeah, I was handing out a ton of those at PowerCon.
Yeah.
Funny about Kilbo, I didn't know I've seen Kilbo's name, Kilbo Baggins' name, a lot in the Cabal, and it was funny because I started to see his name in a local toy group, and I was like, "Is that the same? It has to be the same person. I mean, who the hell has that Kilbo Baggins' name?" And I was at a local toy meetup that they have, and he came up to the table and just was talking to me and BSing, and I had Mythics on the table, and he's BSing, and he goes, "Oh yeah, by the way, I'm Kilbo," and I was like, "Oh hey," So
yeah,
it's cool when you put a face to somebody, and then I think shortly after that he became admin, so it was kind of cool seeing him do stuff.
It sounded like he was the one who made the group. I mean, if Fish came up with the idea.
Yep.
He likes his vampires.
Yeah, well, hey, vampires are cool, man. I can't wait for werewolves. I think we're one step closer. And I'll throw this out to both of you, okay? Werewolves, okay? Would they be part of Ilithia's brood as evil, or since they're woodland creatures, would they be against the vampires, part of Zylona's flock? What do you think they're going to go with?
I already have some thoughts on this. Did you want to go, or you want me to?
I think werewolves won't be in mythics. I think they'll be in a figure obscura as werewolves. That's what I think.
Okay.
That's my thing. We'll have werewolves. I don't know if they'll actually be. Now, Mike, if you're asking what if they were, I would say they would have to be in Alithia's brew, because to me they're just
allies.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Unless they did obviously they did a good orc one day, they could do a good werewolf if that was the case, and that probably would be a Zylona's flock, I would think. But obviously, all day it'd have to be Alithia's.
See, I kind of think of the opposite. I think there has to be a conflict there, because I think even in lore throughout history, Lycans and vampires were always fighting against each other. Like it says it in Van Helsing.
Okay, so
I think even Bram Stoker wrote about it. So I'd want to see him. I want to see some type of Lycan creature as kind of like a conflict, just because. Yeah, let's see how much I can stir up. I don't think there's a whole lot of factions or races that could go against the vampires and hold it. The Lycans would probably be right there, because all the Dark Four are siblings, so they're all aligned until they're not anymore. But I think if, like you said, the flock, or if there was just a whole other group of them, I mean, it could be in the Northlands, but I think that would make some really good conflict and actually pose a challenge to the Brood.
Steve, what is your take on Marvel Blade?
Which one?
Well,
like the action figure or like the comic?
Yes. Both action figure or comic. What's your take on Blade?
Oh, I enjoy that. I mean, I didn't know who that was until the Wesley Snipes version came out, and then thinking, oh, okay. So I started getting some Werewolf by Night comics, and I've never been able to get affordably the Werewolf by Night that he first appears in. I do have the one. I can't think of the character's name, but in Blade 3, the character that Ryan Reynolds plays, I have that character's first appearance somewhere. It's another Blade, or no, Tomb of Dracula. Shit. It's either Werewolf by Night or Tomb of Dracula that he appeared in first. I can't remember now. I'm probably gonna get nailed for that one, but I enjoyed the comic. I enjoyed the movies and everything like that. The Marvel Legends. I think I have all of them. I have the Wesley Snipes one. I've had the last ones they've put out. I really like the new one that they put out.
Well, Eric said there was werewolves in Mythos.
Yeah, we probably just haven't seen them yet, right? I've heard that before too. Thank you, Curtis.
Yeah.
But is figure obscura considered Mythos? No.
You can do You can probably do Lycans, but I mean, Eric's gonna write in whatever Eric wants to write. You know what I mean?
I would think they're going to be, obviously bad guys.
I think the werewolves would be evil. I think they will be aligned with Alithia's brood, but I don't think they'll be aligned with Alithia's brood voluntarily. I think they will be like slave type characters to the vampires. I also believe that there will be a werewolf character that has broken away, went to Zylona's flock, that will be a hero type one that longs to fight against the vampire because of them enslaving the werewolf. Something like that. I think that's cool. Makes the story.
Yeah, I like that. That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah. It's just that possibility of whatever could come and whatever gets plucked out of Eric's mind. It could go either way, but it's just cool that, like everybody has those ideas. I mean, I probably think about this shit in this line 23 hours and 59 minutes a day. I'm at work figuring stuff out. Like, I mean, I'm completely enamored and have been since. So I always have that stuff like running through my mind.
Was it not cool to learn, though, if you were following along or listening to Jeremy's reveal or on the Four Horsemen site about how the reason the skeletons are gold is because they're fallen angels. Wasn't that freaking like
That was so cool. I
it was
loved
so, it
that.
was.
I really did.
Yeah, I was totally dig. As soon as he said that, I'm like, that's actually. I mean, I already digged. I know. I'm sorry, Curtis. I already digged the gold skeletons because I just thought they're cool. They're gold. I don't know. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I didn't need a reason why they're that way. For all I know, they were killed and then they decided to mold them in gold. I don't know. But that makes sense.
Birds.
Oh,
Aw.
is that the Bella Bells?
She is.
But yeah, great story.
Yeah, that was so cool. They went back to that. I mean, maybe one day we'll find out why Scapular has a blowgun.
Yeah, that's
Mike,
kind of odd.
you can tell us now. I mean, you don't have any lungs or any air to breathe through there, so
I also
somehow magically Mike pulls it out and is like,
Yo.
he also doesn't have muscle wrapped around his skeleton bones, but they still are animated.
which makes sense. I mean, because technically you don't have a voice box, but somehow you're able to go to the bar and talk to Atlas in the corner and have a conversation.
It's just fantasy. I love that. I love that whole aspect of it because
somehow you do this, Mike. It's crazy. I don't know how you do this.
Well, even at Legion's Con, I was looking at the Waltor figure and I'm like, why does he have a helmet? Like, why does the Space Waltor have a helmet?
Doesn't need.
But I love that. It's just fantasy because I know a lot of people are like, oh, that don't put a saddle on the Centaur because blah blah blah. It's like, so what? It's fantasy. I mean, who cares? Do it.
Yeah.
Don't tell the one guy that because he'll get all pissed off.
I'll tell him whatever.
Yeah.
You mentioned Legion's Con. Mm-hmm. So let's get into that a little bit.
Let's talk that.
2020 Legion's Con 2023. What was your experience like there?
I had a way more enjoyable experience at 23. Not to say that 22 wasn't amazing. 22 was my first one, and it was the first time I got to meet a lot of people in person. But while I was there, I had a death in the family, so it was kind of like, it was a little cloudy, and Scott Wiles and Maynard Syrian kept me nice and medicated to get me through that weekend. So I will always thank them for that. 23 was so much fun. Scott Maynard and I rode out in the Winnebago with Motu Joe and Russ from Retro Rags.
Yeah.
I think we got there on Wednesday before and just hung out in the hotel room and just whoever was there, try to catch up with people and meet everybody. I was fortunate enough to get into G-Con. That was so fun. That was like the first time getting to see all that stuff revealed. Because the year before, watching G-Con, riding out to New Jersey and everything like that. Walter asked me on Saturday or on Friday night. Walter asked me if I was going to be busy, and he said, "Hey, would you mind handing out Cabal shirts? I have got like 3,000 Cabal shirts or something like that." You know, and I said, "I'll be down here right in the morning." So, you know, Dave Orkin printed those shirts, and Dave's working behind the Cabal table, and he's trying to get sizes and everything. And eventually, Walter Jr. was helping me out too. That kid was a rock star.
I love Walter Jr.
And just going through the crowd, handing out all those shirts and everything like that. That was a lot of fun. That was amazing. G-Con, you guys' reactions to the reveals and everything like that. That would be something that always sticks with me. Being in the room and feeling that emotion with you guys was so, like that. That was one of my favorite moments, next to Jesse Arnold getting his Thistlethorn test shot. That was that was pretty special too. Those guys. That's what I mean. The community in a whole is so. Like everybody's got so much love for each other. And I know you go back on the Cabal and you see blah 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 blah, but when you're in a room with that many of us, there's just nothing but love. I love it.
It's like Mike always says, you know, everything's second to none. It's the best. and that was obvious. We all I feel like every episode we talk about it, but it was a very surprising and a very humbling moment. We were just happy to be there on the panel, doing any figure, even if it was a hands or weapons pack. We would have been happy to talk about it. But to do what had happened to us was
we
awesome. And I'm glad you were there, dude. I'm glad that people got to see that. Who else would I want there? I mean, the people in the community people, man.
We honestly went there. We had been on the G-Con. We actually got to reveal Necronominus and Conobus, and I'm like, it's done. That's freaking amazing. Oh,
yeah, we hit the highlight.
Never thought that we would get to go up and reveal Scapular too. And we did. And then with them throwing the tributes out, just amazing. Just cannot thank the studio enough for thinking about us.
And in fact, if they're going to have G-Con in that same room again, I might get emotional again just walking in there, because that room means a lot to me now. I mean,
I can imagine. Yeah, I mean, that's something very special that you guys got to experience that with all of us. All of us got to experience that with
stand up walking in there again if it's in the same room. Really, it will. I'm that type of person where I'm like, ooh.
Now, in the middle of G-Con, I get a text from Jonathan Hughes saying that they just got to the hotel. Him and his brother have been driving all night from Florida. I
like Jonathan.
I give him a giant hug, because this is the first time me and this dude are meeting in person. We've been talking all this time, almost a year, going back and forth, and I pull him and his brother into G-Con. They haven't actually been to their room yet. They haven't really done a whole lot, and I'm like, "You're going to G-Con," and I pull them in there, just to because I wanted to share that experience.
Yeah, Jonathan came up to our table. He said he wanted to. I think he was a little shy to come up, but he came up and gave us hugs. Like, I wanted to meet you guys. Yeah, Jonathan's cool.
Yeah,
I want to write him down too. Have him on the show.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm sure he'll be down.
Yeah, Jonathan's a good dude. I like him.
That's the Mercurian Master right there.
The Mercurian Master?
Especially Vitus, or Ginger Vitus is what I call him.
Oh, nice. Man. You're going to have to talk to him, Mike.
Nice. I like Vitus too.
Oh, yeah. As much as I like vampires, Jonathan loves Vitus. Jonathan loves the vampires too, but it's impressive how many he's amassed.
Nice. Now, Legion's Con 2024. How excited are you?
I'm extremely excited. I'm actually bringing my family this year.
Oh, see, that's it. That's it right there. So many people are doing that. And after the families come, Stevo, they want to come back because they have such a good time. They're not into the figures, the family, but they're into the community. I mean, you can ask Curtis Ackerman. I mean, he's in the feed right now. He brought his family last year, and I believe his son and his wife. Well, we all know his wife. They absolutely love the community.
Yeah, we were looking for another family vacation, and then I came up with the idea. I said, well, why don't we go to Legion's Con, and then in between Legion's Con, we'll take a family trip to New York. My son's never been there. I think my wife has before. I've been there a few times, but so we're gonna do the show during the day, and then we're gonna go up and we're gonna go take the train or whatever we can and go to New York. My son is an avid rail fanner. He has thousands of followers on YouTube, and he films trains, and he knows like everything you could possibly know about trains.
Wow.
So
that is interesting.
He wants to go to Grand Central Station and film some trains and everything like that. So that's what we're gonna do. And then he's excited to meet everybody and all that. Everybody knows that they're coming. So
cool. Well, I can see where 5 years down the road, most people are taking their families there.
Yeah.
If not your significant other. I can see where that's going to continue to become a trend. And you're going to see people that are friends get their families together, and it's almost going to be like a little vacation.
Yeah, absolutely agree.
Yep.
It's nice to be involved. It's nice to involve them in that and say, hey, I'm I'm not just going out to New Jersey and partying. I'm hanging out with all these wonderful people, and I want you to meet them. I want you to experience this with me.
Yeah. So Legions Con 2024 this year will be in November, and I urge everybody that is listening to this, or who are going to catch this on a replay. If you're on the fence, just do it. Go, and I guarantee you will be going back a second year and a third year. It is just an experience that is so fulfilling.
Yeah, if you're into this line, if you love the Four Horsemen, if you love Mythic Legions, it's a pilgrimage that everybody needs to take at least once. If you can wait, if you need to wait and build up the money and everything and make plans, do that. But do it at least one time. At least if you can't plan it every year, I know some people don't have that, but you can do it at least once and have that experience. It's gonna be an experience for a lifetime.
Yeah. Now, I do believe this is the time in the show where it's going to start getting a little bit hot for you, buddy.
Oh, okay.
It is, but that's
Is it
if
hot seat
Brian
time?
turns up the temperature. Oh, he's turning it up, baby.
Get
It
it.
is the
Get it.
hot seat time. Get on
Nice.
your iron undies, your flame retardant panties, because we're gonna do this, baby.
You had me dying earlier when you were talking about the
Dude.
toilet incident,
Oh,
because when I
my
got my
God.
mystery box, I had to make a decision, and I opened it on the bathroom floor. And I was just like, okay, that's what I got, great. And then because I wasn't opening them, but still, I get it when you need to poop, but you have new figures. It's like I'm doing both.
do I say wait?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now I won't do it again because I got burnt.
Or the poop?
It just can't be. But
right.
anyway, it is.
Well, hold on. If anyone didn't hear Mike's story in the beginning, go back later and listen to it. It is hilarious. We don't want to spoil it.
Hey, now we strive here at the Legion's Lair to pass along vital knowledge to other collectors, especially new collectors. And I do believe that is a vital piece of information that any action figure collector needs to hear and store away in their mind for future use. Okay, let's get this on. Stevo, what is your favorite faction or affiliation within the Legion's lines, and can you explain why?
So my favorite faction has got to be Alithia's Brood. I think all the characters and the storyline behind them and some of the backstory and the continuation of that line. It's not a very big faction, but with the storytelling that Eric and Jeremy have done with it and some of the newer characters that they brought into it, it's just going to keep growing, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah. And the bios in this line, the bios create a lot of the story. And what I love about the bios is they're given to us. They give us enough to whet our appetite, and then they get our creative juices flowing.
Yeah.
That's gonna happen. You know that's gonna happen.
I've already done like kind of like a kit. I'll show it to you when we get to that point, but I did take part of someone's story and did like a kit bash half custom one with the story, and that's what I mean. You can read those bios, and then the way that they are so supportive of the customizing community, they're like, yeah, do it. If that's what you want to do with your figure, do it.
Absolutely. Okay, buddy. Next question. How's the hot seat treating you so far? A little
Oh, I'm good.
steamy?
It's a little tingly, but I can handle it.
Okay. Ooh, that is the first time I heard someone say it was tingly. That
Tingly.
is awesome.
See, that's what happens when you put the icy hot on it, baby. That's what happens. It's
Yeah.
a little
I never thought about
Roll
that.
on, yeah.
Now, this is going to be a silly question to ask, but I'm going to ask it anyways. What is your favorite Legion's race? And can you explain why? I think we already covered this, but hit us again.
Well, it's also going to be the vampires for probably the exact same reasons that I was going to go into. They're immortal. There's some of them that we don't actually, I don't know if they've actually said how exactly old, how far back some of them go. I know some of them are first stage, obviously, like Alithia's first stage, obviously. So yeah, it's going to be vampires also.
Nice.
And if I go in, if I go into within the vampires, it's going to be Vargs within the vampires.
Ooh, a little Vargy.
I love those little bastards.
Little Vargy.
Varg is an awesome figure.
I love those guys.
Does he have his wings or no wings? So we all win.
You can do
wings?
either one. Depends on
Yeah.
how much they're restricted with that chain.
Gotcha.
Okay, what race that doesn't exist yet in Legions would you like to see made?
So I was gonna say like werewolves or lichens, like we just touched on earlier, but we already started talking about that, which was great. But I think that because of the conflict that it would cause, or having more ranks, because everybody's got different opinions on it, but it just creates more story.
Yeah.
So I'd want to see that. I'd want to see that just to see how far that could be fleshed out, whether they're aligned or not, whether they're evil or not. It's nice just to see if there's going to be conflict or not.
We don't keep a chart of who's picked or said what. I mean, we probably should. We just try to keep it in our heads as far as we can. I will go as far as to say that probably the most wanted figure that isn't made is or race is werewolves or lichens, and second
Yeah.
I would say is probably people go for halflings.
Yeah, there's a lot of people I've seen say they want peasants, but I like town folk and everything. But I think it just goes with humans, right?
Yeah. I think merfolk, mermen is on top of the list too.
Yeah, there's a whole part of this continent in this world that we haven't even seen yet. So if we get into like ocean creatures and stuff, that'd be neat.
And we've heard Jeremy talk. I've talked to Jeremy on the side. I mean, I'm sure I'm allowed to say this, but I mean, he said that. I mean, I think he even said this on a show though, that there's a whole other world other than the land part. So we're talking about. I mean, what other is there? The water part. There is a lot. It's surrounded by water. So I mean,
Yeah,
we very well could do that one day, which would be crazy.
be neat as hell too.
So what? I mean, well, real quick, what would you might and Steve, as you, I mean, would you think that would be if you add water? What is that? At least 2 more factions, because you got to have good water people and bad water people, right?
I mean, you could have 2 factions, and we could even probably do 3 if you have some, like polar bears and Antarctica and stuff like. You could even have some creatures that are like cold water, because you have different hemispheres. So you can how many factions do we have now? 10?
10. But we should have what, technically 12?
Technically, yeah.
With what? Well, technically we have 11 though, right? If you count the Valiant Knight, because that's technically
Helios.
Well,
Helios.
I believe so.
Yeah, you're gonna have.
It's a possibility. We could have like there could be like a jungle land or something like that. We could have something similar.
I think there'll be some
desert, maybe.
Features, though, Mike. So you might get your merman tribute one day, Mike.
They can do anything they want. I mean, they can make more factions. They can take the ocean critters and put them in different factions. They can make a new faction for the Northlands. They can make a new faction for Rhaegar and the Eastern people, because they do have the dragon symbol. They do. You have factions already set for Selene and Helios.
Yeah.
The sun and the moon faction symbols. So, I mean, there's a lot out there to go. It's exciting. It'll be
Oh, yeah.
exciting for years and years. Legions is not going anywhere, whether it's cosmic or mythic, and neither is
Absolutely.
Figure Obscura. So here we go, buddy. What are your 5 favorite Legions figures? 5 to 1,
So
and explain why.
so we're gonna go 5-1.
5
Yeah.
to 1.
If you
Okay.
Well,
want,
we can
if you
keep
want.
the number 1. We got to keep some suspense here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So number 5, I'm gonna say Belphegor. That figure is pure
Good one.
evil. I
Yeah.
saw that first time I saw that in hand at Scott's booth. It reminded me of when I was younger and I'd see Slayer covers or I'd see like heavy metal band covers and just go, "What the fuck is this?" I wanted to know
Yeah.
more instantly as soon as I saw Belphegor. His his backstory and reading his bio, the little conflict he's got going on with Gorgo, I love it. I
Yeah.
love that character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the paint job on him, the accessories that he even comes with, the hooves. I didn't realize he had hooves until I took them out of the package, and I was like, "Holy shit, it's amazing!" That head sculpt is just fucking amazing.
He is. And you got to read your bios to know that. Read your
Yeah.
bios, people. Come on, read your bios.
Yeah. The great figure. I think in the
Oh, there
Aether
we go.
that was the figure that spoke the most to me. And the Aether wave was
Definitely, Dave.
kick-ass.
Definitely South of Heaven. Yep. I like
Yeah,
that.
he was that figure on Big Bad Toy Store. I think I've said this before, where you were waiting for that guy to come in. You're like, I can't wait for that pre-order to come in of Belphegor because I'm like, oh.
Well, and Brad, do you remember we have the Belphegor intern for a
yeah.
bus?
Yes. And I got the rare one with the missing little tip at the top.
It's a variant, yeah.
Variant.
Character.
It has character because he was in battle, real life mythos battle.
There you go. Number 4 is going to be Aether. That was technically the first one that I bought.
Okay, you're surprising the shit out of me right now because
Let me go down the rest of the fucking list, but
there's no vampires. But let's keep on.
Yeah,
going.
he hasn't got to the number ones yet.
So yeah, Aether was another one that when I saw at Scott's booth along with that, because Scott was kind of explaining to me who that was. He was part of the Dark Four. He was the first Dark Horseman revealed. Oh yeah.
Yeah, my kid's back there.
I saw that, and that's another one that the more I got it out of the package and everything, setting him up, I'm like, okay, because I saw him and I was like, I have to have the horse now too, right? Like I can't just get one and then go back. There was an opportunity there for me to get the horse, and it was like, well, I'm going to get the horse now. I'm not just going to have him sitting there.
You got to ride, man.
Yeah. So I remember I remember being at Grand Rapids and Scott watching the G-Con for the Poxus reveal, and the childlike wonderment on his face, wishing that he was there because he was like, I should have spent this money doing this con. I should have fucking went to New Jersey. But now I understand that because I was just like, why? Every 5 minutes, I'm selling his wares, and I'm just hearing, oh my god, and I'm like, what are you doing? And then now I completely understand. He undersold it actually.
Scott's a big baller, man. He's a baller.
I love that dude so much. Okay, so number 3 is gonna be the first the Vorgus Vermilius, the first one.
Yeah, yep. I knew he had to be on your list. I knew he did.
That is another one where I read the bio and read how they had the stone and the jade one and the blood one in the Kickstarter, and how they gave it a fan vote. And it was one that I knew that it was probably going to have to take some time getting. My version of him is the only Kickstarter figure I have in my collection.
Oh, wow.
I was fortunate enough, I did a deal with Dennis Derby and got, at the time, the last 3 that I needed to complete my faction.
Nice.
And He goes, when we were talking about it, he actually said, he goes, "You don't mind if it's the Kickstarter one, do you?" And I'm like, "Oh no. That's perfect."
No.
And
Yeah.
I don't have a preference either way between the Kickstarter or the All Star, but I just love that one's the only one of the Kickstarter in my collection. I love that figure. It looks so great. The
Nope.
paint job and everything like that. He's just imposing. It almost reminds me of the Dracula armor, a little bit of the Dracula armor from the Bram Stoker one that
that's what
Francis
I get.
Ford Coppola did.
Yeah, that's exactly the feel that I got when I first seen him. I totally got the Bram Stoker vibes where I'm like, ooh, he's got like that blood armor. Like,
Yeah.
It's dope. Love it. Love it.
Number 2.
No, not don't go number 2. Just we need your number 2.
Well, we need his number 2. Just don't open your figures while you're going number 2.
Yeah, don't open your figures while you go number 2.
So, all right, I'm gonna get off track just for a second here. I got in the mail today because I'm a little late on Cosmic. I got an all-in book 2 Cosmic today. I've only opened up one, so should I not sit on the toilet later and open the rest? Okay.
Do not.
In fact, heat them up and take your time, and you'll be good.
Oh yeah. Okay, so number 2 figure favorite is Alithia.
Okay, there we go.
She's the sister in the Dark Force. She was the second one released. She's imposing. I think she's a beautiful figure. The way they sculpted her head sculpt, her crown,
perfect.
The attachment with the 4 arms on the back, her soul spiller is very well sculpted. I love that one. She's imposing. Even I don't have her actually on Phobos, or I sometimes pronounce him like Travis, so excuse me. But Apocalypse Pony, she doesn't need to be on him.
He's just playing. He's just playing the vampire card right now.
Well, see, this is the thing. When I first I made the mistake of when I first started collecting them. I said I'm only gonna create. I said I'm only gonna collect Legion of Aether. That's the only ones I want. There's a shitload of them in there. I'm gonna try to get them. And then Maynard gave me my first skeleton, and I went, damn it. Okay, so I'm gonna do Necronomus and I'm gonna do Aether. And then saw Baron Volgar, and I was like, shit. Okay, you know what? I just gotta fucking collect what I collect. But yeah, Alithia, she's in within the Dark Four. I know they all have their strengths and everything like that, but her children, the army she commands and everything like that. She's the brood queen. Yeah. I love that figure.
There's 2 gods. You picked 2 gods.
Yep. I had to. I don't have much. Like that's the thing. I got in way late, and I'm very fortunate to what I do have for my collection. But yeah, I kind of wish I was aware of these in 2014.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
It would have been nice, wouldn't it have?
It would have been a lot easier, that's for sure.
Yeah. So my number 1 is Baron Volgar 2.
Oh.
Yep. That's my number 1 figure.
Which head?
What do you mean which head?
Which head do you like that version with?
Oh no, it's the Scar head.
Oh, it's the Scar head, yeah.
Yeah, it's Baron Volgar 2.
That's the long. Is that the long one?
Yeah.
It's kind of like a long kind of.
Yeah, it's got a little elongated. Yeah, I'll give you that. Okay.
Yeah.
See, I have 2 Baron Volgar ones, but their bodies are for sentries.
Oh.
But I do that is a good figure. That is a great figure. But that Baron Volgar 2, that's the first one. Like I said, when I started doing research for Mythic Legions, and that ugly son of a bitch came up in there, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, he is one ugly mug too.
Yeah, and I've always been curious about who his father was, because he's all it says is an elf from the First Age, and I've always had the theory that he scarred himself because he was starting to look too much like his father. No, I'm not fighting you, Curtis. Stop it.
Baron 1, Baron 2. Fight me.
He says Volgar 2 was the first figure you bought 10 of.
Nice.
He comes with a lot of soft goods. He comes with a lot of fur, and I mean,
yep.
Yes, I mean, comes with some good stuff.
That's the first chest plate that I don't know if that's the first one because I think there's two other figures in that wave that the chest pieces can pop out. I love that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. A lot of
Absolutely.
people forgot that. I didn't even know that at first.
Okay, my friend, it is now time.
Dun, dun,
Turn
dun.
that temperature up, Brad.
Come on.
Turn
Come
it
on.
up on
Bring
it.
it. Come on.
Oh, you kick!
If Four Horsemen Studios were going to make a tribute figure to Stevo Begg,
Mm-hmm.
what parts would that figure consist of?
Some sort of armored Varg.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Because it'd have to be a
I
dwarf. You
see
guys
it.
have stood next to me. It'd have to be some sort of like halfling. It could not be some 6 foot tall. It'd have to be
I mean, you
short.
can make it whatever you want.
I know, but the way I'm thinking, like, I want it to be short. I want it to be some sort of armored Varg. Um, if they can incorporate anything in that, but I'd want it to be that where it's part of the faction where they're basically like, oh, there's a bunch of stuff on the battlefield right now that we need to mow through with no consequences even being thought of. Send him. Just mow through it.
I see him. Now, when you say armored, you mean like fully armed?
Yeah, not like the bare
Also,
chested ones that we have now. I'm talking like battle ready. Let's go. No chains, no restrictions. Just give them the club and let them go.
Nice. Wings or no wings?
No wings.
yeah,
No wings.
nah.
Now I want to barrel through.
It's gonna hurt
If
through
they
the
want to,
armor. Yeah, look, it's gonna hurt coming through that armor.
Size vampire.
You might get chafed around the wing part, like rubbing,
a
doing
little
stuff.
bit, yeah.
Screw that. You don't need that.
Nice. Okay, my friend.
Oh, look, Joe says Stevo's tribute would have to have them amazing chops.
Oh, they want to
yeah.
sculpt them on a Varg. Like, go right
I could see Varg with a chops. Yeah.
Yeah, and then if they wanted to do Scally Cap soft goods. Oh my god, I would love one of the. I would love one of them Scally Caps for soft goods just for anything. I'd buy like 12.
Yeah, I'm visualizing a sick ass helmet around Varg, but his ears are still out.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Hell yeah.
Right. What are your 3 least favorite Legions figures?
So
3 to 1 and what?
So while I'm in the hot seat, I'm gonna do kind of a cop out because I've had figures before where I've seen them and I'm like, meh, and then I've gotten them in hand and I'm like, okay, I'm stupid.
Okay. All right.
So it's not that I don't like them. What I'm gonna say is these are the 3 figures that I don't know if in hand I would actually still feel this way. I'm feeling this way because these 3 figures, it's just ones that I'm like, yeah, those are cool, but they're not for me. Not saying that if I didn't have them in hand, my mind would be changed. But so number 3 is going to be Blam.
Oh, Balam, yes.
The cats. Okay, cool. It
Is it the color? It's the color, isn't it? Is it a weird color?
It's not even the color. It's just like, okay, it's just a cat. All right. I mean, it's just that's the thing. I mean, it's a great looking figure, but like I said, in hand, seeing it up close, my mind changed, but it's not one that I've actively been able to go seek out.
He is one that I will say that color is unique, but it is pretty. It is pretty.
So Blom, what a beautiful color scheme on that figure. It is gorgeous. If you just want to make a knight, you can. So that one surprises me. But
oh yeah, you can make them a knight. I forgot about that.
People like what they like.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. Like I said, these are just ones that I've never had them in hand before, and when I see them, it just it's just like I've never actively gone out to seek them out. Like I need that figure. In hand might be a different story.
I think in hand his color scheme would impress you.
Yeah,
I could see you taking a Blom and putting a vampire head on him and rocking it out.
If there was if there's an opportunity for me to get one, I will accept that challenge and I will put one of my spare heads on there.
I would say the opportunity's pretty good. Was Balaam one of the reissues or no?
I can't remember.
Or was he just found? I don't think he was one of the reissues then. So maybe there isn't.
Yeah, he might have been like a warehouse find, but I don't think he was.
Warehouse.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he was the chase or whatever. Yeah.
Purple vampire cat. Okay. So my number 2 is going to be either version of the Gold Knight.
Gold Knight.
The Gold Knight. Okay.
I've seen the Knights.
He's up there.
And just because it's gold, I'm like, okay. I mean, we have Black Knights. We have Knights of every realm. We have Vampire Knights. So it being gold, I like that in the story that they switched factions and was like, fuck this shit, we're going over here now. That was kind of cool. But as far as the parts, I have actually held it in hand and went, looks great and everything like that. I don't want it in my collection. Looks great, love it, but don't need it.
Oh my God, Curtis. Well, at least not that one. What he's saying is he likes brunettes, but he doesn't like those calico, redheadish, blondish kind of cats. That's all. That's all he's saying. You know, he likes other cats. He likes the brunette ones or the other ones.
I like one cat.
Look, there was a cat that he liked. One.
I've liked one cat for the last 15 years, and I'm perfectly fine with that.
Nice.
We have how many, babe? Cat? 6. We got 6. You counting the outdoor one? Yeah. Okay, we got an outdoor one too.
And then probably this is a cop out. I have not actually held this figure in hand before, but it's always just
is this number 1?
Yeah, Faunus.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Faunus. I mean, the head sculpt looks great, but I think the head sculpt is the only thing unique on that figure. I think you could take that head sculpt and put it on almost anything, and it's still going to be just that head sculpt. So like the body and everything like that, but very, very well sculpted. It's just not for me. Which wings, Trevor?
Now, I was the same way, literally. Mike, I told the story. I think I told it last week. Mike calls me up. One more Faunus on BBTS. You got to grab it. It'll be so much money. You better grab it now. And I did. And I thought, dude, I don't want this, but okay, I guess I'll grab it. And I grabbed it. It came, and it was pretty cool. I will say he's kind of cool in hand. So I definitely didn't think Tree Dude was going to be my cup of tea at all.
Well, just replying to Trevor, I love the new gold skeleton. I was talking about the Gold Knight.
Yes.
I'm all in for that gold skeleton. That gold skeleton was my favorite one of the reveals.
Yeah. Wait, whoa, Trev, come on.
I agree. Those wings and everything, there's a whole lot of potential with swapping out with Scaphoid.
Sorry, Trev. We was just talking about that Gold Knight, dog. Not that.
I was meaning the Gold Knight. That one can kick rocks. The gold skeleton, all for it.
Yeah, we like that. We like. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, because look, I think he even said those wings on Scaphoid, which those ones would look good. Stevo.
It's okay, Trevor. I forgive you. I love you.
Oh. Sorry, Trev. It's all good, dog. It's all good. It's all good. We're good.
Yeah, but those 3, and like I said, I could be wrong. I'll take the challenge if I ever come across a Blam, but those were it. It's not, the seat's not too spicy anymore. It's okay. When are we gonna get to the real stuff?
Yeah. Yeah.
Turn it up.
Come on.
Turn up that heat. Nice. Okay, my friend. Which tribute figure is your
Fuck.
favorite? Broder of Bjorngar or Emir Kaspar?
Yeah, who you gonna trust? The blow dart guy?
No.
I thought about this actually since Legion's Con.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna get another one, Brad.
So well, okay. I align more with the evil factions to begin with. Brad, your tribute figure is an amazing figure. If I was gonna pick up a barbarian and it was available, that is the first one that I was gonna grab. Amir Kaspar, the fact that you can get two of them and make it two whole separate characters. He has a mount. He's the leader of a faction. That's what draws me more to Scapular. Because I haven't been able to ever find Scapular.
That bear. I mean, I was holding that bear.
Yeah, you were on bear duty. Scapular just does whatever he wants.
I will. I got to tell you, with everything you just said, Stevo, Scapular does not have a pair of gorgeous, beautiful metal love pillows on his shoulder.
There they are.
I will tell you this, it's not. So keep that in mind.
There they are. He's behind me somewhere.
I do love both figures. Don't get me wrong. I do love both figures, but put in front of me and someone said pick one, it's going to be Scapular because I don't have him yet. I'm going to buy both.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, of course. But I'm going to buy two so I can do both versions.
Now, see, that's the problem with Mike's figure. You got to buy 2 deluxe figures.
I'm okay with that.
And a steed. I'm just $37.99 for the biggest pauldrons you've ever seen.
Worth it though. Yeah.
But who is the first male Viking? It's me. That's right. I
mean, it was both very well done. I was thinking
tribute's the best. It is.
I was sitting there. I was writing down my answer, and I'm like, I literally wrote, "Sorry, Brad." Like,
I think he should get knighted.
He will.
Like figures.
It's right here. My daddy gave me this damn sword, and I have to knight him after he picked this little blow dart spitting son of a biscuit. I knight you in the Legion's lair. Good job.
Thank you. It's a great honor to be knighted in the lair.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? You know what we should do before anything? Let's bring back the bio reading tonight. Brad, can you go to Source Horseman?
Oh my goodness.
You read Broder of Bjorngar's bio.
Oh, you want to honor the Broder of
2 weeks from now.
If Arnold should read it. Yes, he should read it.
Let me go to Mythic Legions, you son of a biscuit.
When I saw your guys' setup at Legion's Con 22 and I saw all the Arnold heads, I about pissed myself. I love that so much.
Oh, and all 22? Yeah.
Yeah, that was so great.
I had quite a few there. I could have had more, but I was getting a little crazy there.
I remember like asking for a sticker, just kind of like, hey, like kind of like shy. I don't fucking know why, but yeah.
All right, look, I'm here. Well, I gotta share it. Hold on. I got to share it, you little bastards. Am I on it there? Aha. There it is. Broder of Bjorngar. There are few places on the map of Mythos more inhospitable than the icy reaches of Bjorngar. But even the vast peaks of this frosty wasteland.
Hold on. The vast peaks?
Did it say peaks?
The vast peaks.
Yeah,
and then, hold on a second. Look at the freaking picture. Scapular's head is like a big bobblehead on your body.
It's like the top and bottom and in the middle.
Dudes, we have combined, you little bastard.
There's been some black magic happening in the
We are twins. We are twins.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just had to point that out.
That's gonna be a swap, I guarantee you.
I'll have to go back here. But even the vast peaks of this frosty wasteland cannot shield its people from the evils that threatened Missos. An elder in the barbarian clan that has long made its home in beyond Gar, Broder was one of the first to swear loyalty to the conqueror king they call the Noble Bear. Acting as a mentor and a guide, Broder has helped Atlas build the ranks of his house. Following the lead of mighty Broder, the barbarians of Beyongar now march from their homes towards an uncertain future as the second great wall of Mythos begins. Broder of Beyongar is one kick-ass son of a bitch. I just want to say that.
Wow, dude, that was impressive.
Did you like that, dude?
Dude, that's impressive.
Love it.
We haven't read bios in like a year and a half, maybe even 2 years. It's been a while since we read bios.
Oh my god.
You caught me off guard there. Good thing I've read this bio like 1,000 times in my head at home.
Oh, the truth comes out. You had practice.
Love it.
I've definitely read it a few times because I'm like, dude, I'm a kind of a Viking badass. Like I'm second in line to Atlas. I'm a kick-ass dude. Like, fuck. I couldn't ask for a better figure. Thank you. Thank you, Four Horsemen. I appreciate you. But that was Brother Beyond God. We're not going to read Michael's. Maybe next week if he wins again. If he gets the turkey. If Michael gets the turkey next weekend, we'll read Michael's.
Nice.
Oh my god, I love it.
My friend, this is the time of the show where we ask you to show us your personal Legion's lair.
All right. So yeah, like I said, the lair, the toy cave, is in chaos right now because I'm constantly getting new stuff in, and I'm resetting. So what I did specifically for you guys tonight is I brought down some of my favorite stuff and set them up in my dining room just to literally show you guys.
Nice.
Let me.
I'll minimize us when you switch it around. That way, you would still hear us, but
Yeah, let me switch around the camera real quick.
just we won't be. Let me go. I think if I click, I know you got to click a couple little things.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the
switch this, share this.
Let me get back on here.
Oh,
okay,
got it.
So this is my brood in all of its glory. This is a complete faction of
nice.
all the named characters, and there's a bunch of extras in here, customs and stuff.
Hell yeah.
So we got the queen on her throne, and I want to say huge shout out to Curtis Ackerman, who this throne and this dio he so lovingly gifted to me, and it's been the backdrop for all of my photos and everything like that. So I really, really appreciate him doing that.
Oh yeah, way to go, Curtis. I was about to say that throne and that dio's sick.
That's an armored Varg that I actually painted up. Let me, if I can get it a little bit in there.
I was about to say, if anybody was watching earlier, I was showing pictures of a few of these.
But that's another Varg. That's my Volgar. Jay Hughes gave me the faction flag.
Nice.
Love that. I love this Cthulhu head. Richard Jones gave that to me at Legion's Con last year. I believe that's a Nikki Nicole head.
Dick Jones. OCP.
Vampire Dwarf. Kilbo painted this for me. It's a Mark Calvo sculpt.
Nice.
Like I said, I got a Volgar back there, version 1 in front of version 2, but that's the
Ooh, I like that. Yeah, he said Darla made the dial. Love me some Stevo.
Well, thank you, Darla, for making it. It looks it's great. I love that thing. A little brood sticker, got a little apocalypse pony back there, and I knocked shit over.
Yes.
Actually, let me move something real quick. All right. So this is one of them that the first painted custom piece that I ever bought was at Legion's Con 22, and it was from Stephen Bouchatti. It was that chest piece on this guy right here.
I see it there.
And
Nice.
this is my version of Lord Essek, the vampire who got tricked into wearing the blood armor before he wore the blood armor.
Gotcha, dude. That head sculpt is nice.
That is Eric Miller. Eric Miller gave that to me at MesquiCon
Lord
2023. Yep.
Okay, yeah, last year. Yeah, that was yeah, Eric's stuff is badass.
He gave me that. The pauldrons are from Wolf King. I painted those. That's an emerald sculpt, I believe.
Yeah, those look like some emeralds.
And then that's the
Like
helmet that goes
Godfire.
with it. I painted that up to kind of match the pauldrons, but it was about a year apart.
That's cool.
All right. So here's some Aether figures. These are some of my favorites. Thumpy was my first goblin I ever got.
Like it.
Archimedes. I know Poxus isn't. That's the only Poxus figure I have. I don't have anybody else for the fucking faction yet. But I got both versions of Gorgo. Got Belphegor hanging out back there. Krona. I love this figure so much.
Freaking love Chrono.
That is my favorite tribute figure they did for Motu. Embroidered patch from Retro Rags, Motu Joe and Russ. Got my Cabal Standy.
Yeah, I got one of those.
Got unknown one. Whatever.
Equidrum.
Equidron.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I love that
Mistros.
figure. That figure's kick ass.
I got my Sword Horseman, and then the only test shot I owned is the Hands and Feet pack, and it's signed by the Horseman.
Nice.
My first Sword Horseman, the Sword Meh, that one, given to me by Corn Boy at my first PowerCon. I asked him if he had any, and he just pulled out a box and started handing them out to the crowd.
I almost remember that. He went down the line, didn't he, instead of handing them out to everybody. Yep.
Somebody told me, because I remember asking, how do I get one of those? And somebody said, ask one of the guys in the studio, and it just kind of clicked. And I just asked, and Corn Boy was like, oh, yeah, and he brought out a box.
I think it's been confirmed. They don't have any more of those, huh?
Cool. And then got some Skellies.
Nice.
Got that painted head. Maynard painted that head for me to put on him. I like it better.
Yeah, I like that too.
And then some custom stuff that I did.
I like how you picked that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Yep. That's essentially me. That's my Instagram photo, but that's essentially, yeah.
And now that's just like what a bad character in the NECA Turtle cartoon line or something.
Yep. It was Short Thug and Slim Guy or something like that.
That's hilarious.
Alligator head from Jonathan Hughes.
We're gonna need to get a Scully cap or something to go on that.
Well, Barbarian back here.
Yeah, you need that hat right there to go on him.
Yeah, Kilbo printed these. He got the gut and I got the dwarf legs, but the eyes are horrible on this. But yeah, he printed this up for me.
Is awesome.
That is cool.
Got it all painted up.
Dude.
But that's my dumbass the Barbarian. A couple of these pieces back here, I'm like still work in progress.
Dumbass the Barbarian.
Dude, that is awesome.
And then I got some Cosmics over here. I have a whole box that I have not opened yet.
You still got what? Book 2?
Yep.
To open.
I got a few from book 1 and everything like that, but that's something I'm working on now. The Bounty Hunter. This is just still like kind of like a work in progress.
This one you did there.
Yep. That's the skull version of Dumbass the Barbarian. But yeah, that's part of my lair. There's way more, but yeah, at the moment right now, I'm still working on stuff, and stuff is still constantly coming in, customs and everything have been. But yeah.
Nice.
Thank you, G. Appreciate that.
Turns
the camera back around.
Dope collection, Stevo.
I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody who's helped me. Any piece. Any piece that I've got in there, anybody that I shouted out to, whether it's been just a custom weapon or a custom head that somebody's given me or I've bought off or anything, I really, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate that. That's why I love the community so much. Anything up there that I've gotten from somebody, thank you. Thank you for helping me collect plastic crack.
Yes. Enable. Enabler.
Enabled.
Yeah, enablers. Thank all the
Boom.
enablers
Enabled.
out there.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what we
big
do.
shout out to the Mythic Enablers.
Oh yeah, Noah's in here, I think.
Noah's
Actually,
in
you know
here.
what?
Yeah.
I forgot to real quick before we get to the question part. I will. Did that tab just disappear? Okay, there we go. I was about to say, where'd my tab go? Now I gotta find it.
Thank
So I
you,
can
G. Appreciate
share
that.
it. Oh, there it is. Okay, now I can share this. This.
Kevin McCoy, no, the hat is sculpted onto the dumbass part. The cigarette was kind of my idea. I didn't know if he was actually going to do it or not. But yeah, that's sculpted onto the head. I wish it was separate.
I forgot to say earlier. This Thursday at 7:30, the Legions ladies will be Jenny and Lauren Jones. So we're actually going to get an episode of Lauren. Lauren's actually going on an episode. This is crazy.
Nice.
Doesn't normally do it. She did do an episode of Legion's Lair with filled in for Mike when he couldn't be here. But she's actually going on, so she'll be by herself. So check that out. Check out the Legions ladies. I forgot to promote that earlier.
Nice.
Surprised Lauren hasn't been blowing me up like,
"You dirty son of a bitch! You're gonna sleep in the doghouse tonight for not promoting."
But no, so we wanted to promote them. So check that out.
Nice.
Definitely.
Stevo.
Yes, sir.
Do you have time for some questions from the people watching?
I am here for as long as you will tolerate me.
Nice. Okay. Guys, this is your time. Everybody watching in the feed.
Some questions.
Ask Stevo whatever you want, and he will give you answers if he can. But I get to ask the first question, brother.
Go ahead.
Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what toy lines did you collect as a child, and which line had the most influence on you?
Earliest I can remember is G.I. Joe when I was probably about 5. And then I think I had all of those except the flag, which still pisses me off to this day. But I had G.I. Joe, and then when Ninja Turtles came out, I wanted to be a Ninja Turtle at a certain age when those came out. And then it evolved from that into Spawn toys, into Marvel Legends, with Spider-Man Classics, into Marvel Legends. I think those had the biggest influence on my collecting because that's, you get to a certain age where you got a decent job, and when they were like cheap, when they were like $10, and you can go buy 9 or 10 of them, Favorite Black Flag singer, Rollins. Rollins is my favorite Black Flag singer.
I like Rollins.
What's your spirit animal?
What's your spirit animal?
I'm trying to think. It's somewhere in between a koala and that monkey that like sniffs its ass and passes out. So in between those two.
What is the monkey that sniffs its ass and passes out?
There's like a YouTube old viral video where it's like it puts its finger by its butt and sniffs it and falls out of the tree.
Oh,
yeah.
I think I've seen that.
No, Curtis, I did not give you a placebo. You are just built with the enzyme that doesn't digest that. So good for you.
What was your favorite turtle?
Michelangelo.
Yes.
Michelangelo's my favorite turtle.
He was a party dude.
Drop bear. Oh, we'll go drop bear. Lair monkey sounds fun, but drop bears. Paper or plastic for what?
Paper. You just walk out the store with your stuff.
I mean, anymore, I'll just pay 50 cents to get one of those canvas ones. So I guess I'm getting yelled at. They don't have shopping bags in New Jersey. Did you guys realize that?
Hold on. You have to.
Hold on,
Someone else
Greg.
ass, and
Where's
now they
Greg
get
at?
shopping bags.
Hold on, Greg. Is this true? Because there are some stores in Ohio. What is it? Save a Lot, where you have to bring your own bag or something weird. It's
There
kind
was
of like
there's a grocery store near the hotel that
Sam's
we went
Club.
to, and they were like, "Yeah, we don't have plastic bags. You got to buy one of these for $1." I'm like, "Okay." All right. My kid's in the chat right now. Conrail8418. That's my son. He just said mama said nerd. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that.
Mama call him Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay.
He actually subscribed to the He goes, I'm gonna watch these guys. And I'm like, great, subscribe to it. And he goes, can I watch it? He kind of gave me a look because he knows I won't let him watch it. My wife's gonna kill me.
Oh yeah, if you're watching Wife's Gonna Kill Me, this is like, PG, this is nothing. That's great. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. This is true. Hold on. This is true.
Greg,
They don't
confirm
give
it,
you
please.
bags here. You have to buy one.
Yep.
See, we have Save a Lot, and I think Save a Lot's like that. If you don't, or they charge you like 5 cents or 25 cents a bag. It's something weird, or you can bring your own bag. Because I've been with some dude and he's like whoops out a bag, and I'm like, dude, what the hell's going on?
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Now at Sam's Club, I kind of get it because the shit is so big and bulky. Because when I go to cash out, I'm like, well, I mean, obviously, I guess they ain't got bags, so they'll throw your shit in boxes and other little things. But yeah, that's okay.
Whoa, hold on here. Sam's Club, you don't get to take the cart out to your car.
You do, but there's nothing to box your stuff up. It's just like it's in the cart, like.
Okay.
Because majority of the shit's like huge. You're like, all right, here's your trash bags and here's your paper towel. So I'm like, all right, I guess. But there are a few things that are little. And I'm like, but whatever. Let's see here. Kids always keeping us grounded. Yeah, no bags.
Yeah.
All right, don't get me started on pumping the gas. Okay.
Yeah, it's illegal to pump gas in your own gas in New Jersey. I'm like, who the fuck?
I know this little 16-year-old kid's like pumping my gas. And he's like, it's illegal, man. And I'm like, so you know more about gas than I do. Okay. Cool.
Let's see.
But I get it. It creates jobs. See, at first I didn't know. I was very I didn't understand it. So then I'm like, I guess you're creating jobs, but at the same time, there is pros and cons because I had to ask a New Jerseyan what they thought, and they said, well, if it's cold out or it's raining, I'm gonna sit in my car. He's like, but if I'm in a hurry, this guy's trying to pump 4 other people's gas and he's got to pump mine. Sometimes it takes a little time, so it gets irritating. So I get it.
Let's see, vampires versus werewolves. Vampires. I'm going with the brood. I'm thinking they're smart enough to wait until the werewolf changes back and then
go back up. Save a Lot is like that, but you can use your empty. Okay, yeah. We do have that here.
Best fast food burger, probably Wendy's. The best burger I've ever had in my life, that was probably from the place in Pittsburgh called Burgatory. But a fast food burger is gonna
be. Sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's called Burgatory. It's an amazing amount of combinations, like different types of meat and seasoning, and you just check off whatever you want. It's tons of these different combinations. There's one in the Braddock area of Pittsburgh, and then they have one in Heinz Stadium.
Gotcha.
But yeah, fast food burger, I'm gonna go with Wendy's.
Noah Shadowstring just made a comment. Noah Pratt, Noah Shadowstring. He said you have the best Van Johnson imitation. Is that correct?
Or is he just asking you to do one? I think
he's asking because I don't think I've ever done one, and I don't think I could even attempt one. I don't even know. I think that if I were to try to do that, it would come off as mocking, and I don't want to do that to Van.
Gotcha.
Well, no,
yeah, I couldn't do that without making
you have to give a little southern twang.
I'm just
come on, man. Shake and bake, son. Shake and bake.
Yeah, I love Van, but I'm not even gonna fucking attempt that.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm gonna do Van right now. I was drinking last night and I bumped my head.
Mr. Roper and Mr. Furley. Mr. Furley.
Oh no. Here. We got something here. I want to see Brad's best Van Johnson impersonation at Legion's Con in Arnold's voice.
Okay, we talking in the lobby at night or just
in the lobby way at night?
Oh, okay.
We have to make sure that he's actually going to be around and not headbutting furniture.
All right, here he is.
All right, it's me, Van Johnson, thing Arnold, but I'm at the bar and I'm drinking with Dennis Debbie, and I drink all the bourbon, and it's so good. And excuse me for a minute, I have to go to my room. Good night, everyone.
You know you're going to be on Purple Gang Gang now.
You both should be on there.
Well, no, we I think me and Mike says titties a lot, and I just said titties, so now I'm gonna be.
There's gonna be another clip of it just looping. Yeah.
Titties, baby.
Oh my god.
I'm just promoting them.
Nice. Late Night Van is more physical. Homeless Brad video acquired. Oh no.
Oh my god, you have a nightstand nearby. Oh my god, good times.
I was genuinely concerned of why he wasn't around Friday.
I knew why he wasn't, because I was up at like 2 or 3 in the morning and watched everything transpire, and I'm like, Jordan's like, can you make sure he gets to his room all right? And I'm like, I will make sure. But Jordan, I think, was so worried about him that Jordan came back and actually ended up taking him to his room, which was good. He put down some bottles. I mean, it was like, I looked over and I think Jordan said that was like $300 worth of bourbon in those 2 bottles sitting there, and they were gone.
Yep.
It was gone. I'm just like, but I think this is lesson learned. Now you know what happens when you do this. So I think this year will be a little different, and there will be more people to give. See, that's what we need friends like Jordan and me. We're going to give everybody a little bit of water in between their drinks. You got to stay hydrated. That's
very responsible.
Some old man told me a long time ago, if you never want to get a hangover, you drink 1 bottle of water between every alcohol drink, and you'll never get a hangover. So I live by that. I try to keep hydrated or whatnot.
There you go.
That's good. Noah Pratt states Late Night Van is more of a physical comedy.
Oh, it's funny. It's a good time. That's why I love hanging out with Van at nighttime, because you never know. You never know. Well, here the best is looking over, and Van and Dennis Derby, they're in serious conversation for like an hour. I mean, they are deep over there talking. It's just so funny to see little short Van talking to big tall Dennis Derby for so long.
I think Van and I are the same height.
I mean, he was literally the whole time like they're just talking.
Yeah, I have to do the same thing. Sometimes if Scott and I are walking around, it looks like before and after.
Yeah, Dennis is pretty tall.
Trevor. So between Ozzy or Dio, I love Ozzy Black Sabbath and I love Dio Black Sabbath. I love Dio in Rainbow. I love Dio in his solo stuff. I think what each of them did was set aside. Like Dio Sabbath does not sound like Ozzy Sabbath, and vice versa. I love both of them. I can listen to Heaven and Hell just on repeat. But yeah, I don't have a preference for either one. Both of them are great for what they did.
Like a rainbow in the dark.
Have you guys ever heard "Kill the King" by Rainbow?
That's not Ronnie.
No, that's Ronnie. That's Ronnie. It's a song by Rainbow, but it's "Kill the King." That song fucking rips. For being like that kind of early, it's almost like early thrash metal. I love that song.
I like Dio. Dio's pretty kick-ass.
My first Legion's Con, but have to
Oh,
go alone. Would it be a rough event to attend alone? No, I don't think it's gonna be a rough event to attend alone. I think if you
dude.
maybe like introduce yourself to some
Yeah.
people and you
Come
like
up to
talk
us.
to some people,
Yeah.
yeah, just if it's rough if you want to make it, but if you
Come on down.
want to talk to people, go right ahead.
Oh, dude, there's going to be, if you haven't been to one, which I'm assuming you haven't, you, don't be shy. And you don't have to be shy. Don't stay in your room. And if you're in a or if you're in a hotel down the street, don't stay there by yourself. Come to the hotel in the lobby and kick it with some people for a while.
I'm going to say if you come alone, you're not going to be alone for long. You are going to make friends instantly there.
Yep.
And you are going to just talk with people. You're going to have a great time.
Mingle. That's what I
Don't
say.
be shy, man. Go up to people. You are going to have a great time.
Yeah, Jordan just brought up a good point. If you join the Legions chat on Friday nights
That's a
and
good
just
idea.
learn faces and talk, you don't actually, I mean, if you don't want to contribute to the conversation, but if you just want to get to kind of like get a feel
Yeah.
of what it's going to be like around everybody, that's a great point right there.
I did that like a couple Legion cons ago. Like that's how I met David Williams. Like I seen him, and then I got on a Legion's chat, and then I actually seen what David Williams looks like, and then I'm like, oh, now I know what he looks like. And then when I show up to Legion's Con in 22, it's like, hey, now I know who he is.
I'm so happy that Joe is coming.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna be so excited to hang out with that dude. It's gonna be real fun that he's coming
Yeah.
out.
See, look,
Yes.
Joe's gonna be alone, but not for long. Yeah.
Not for long.
Yep. Not for
Noah,
long.
yes.
Yes, nailed it, guys. Talk to anyone. That's the thing. We're kind of like already friends. So I mean, I know we chat and talk and whatnot, and I try to put as many comments up as I can. But yeah, come talk to us. If you're coming for the weekend, obviously you're going to be at the Legion's Con show. There's going to be everybody's got their tables. Go up and talk to people at their tables, and just bullshit with people and check out their stuff. And then you're going to see them that night in the lobby. I mean, that's just basically what happens.
And
you don't have to drink. You don't have to smoke. You just come hang out. I mean, drink water and pop. Do what you wanted to do. I mean, go eat in the bar. Just
hang out, have a good time. People watch if you need to. Just kind of if you know.
There's a fire pit out back. Everybody just hangs around the fire pit and talks. I think the pool and the hot tub was actually closed last year in the workout room, so I think that will probably be open this year.
Oh boy!
So you'll see Travis in that hot tub in the pool, and be sure to go up to him.
Yeah, see, G made so many friends last year. Exactly.
G was with his son, right? I think he brought his kid.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I remember talking to G. Like it was one of those random things where you're in line or you see something. I think I might have talked to him when I was handing out shirts. There's sporadic points where you run into somebody and you just have a quick conversation. Hey, how you doing? Blah blah blah, and then you go on your way. But there's like little pockets of conversation that happen all the time.
Yeah, Legion's Con, it's something else.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
We are coming up on 2 hours. Is this a show, Brad?
I mean, it could be. I mean, and in fact, actually, what I can do is before we go, let's see if I can play this. So if you're watching, you'll get to experience what everyone else gets to experience, or what I got to experience. Let's see. Is it working?
Ooh, this is suspense.
Well, I guess I gotta. It's not here. Let me. Here, there we go. I'll try to play it here. It ain't coming up.
Well, while you're trying to do that, I'm going to promo our next show on April.
Yes.
Let's see here. It is going to be Chris James. Obviously, I have the wrong date here. It is going to be June 23rd, I believe, at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Chris James will be in the lair. Someone tell me if I got that date right. because I've marked down here.
You know, getting to see everybody, but even if you get there on Wednesday and you're like, it's literally Mythic Week. When you leave Monday or whenever you do leave, it's just like, well, fuck. Like it's just it goes by way too fast.
Boom, enabled. How many tickets did I just sell? Come on.
Nice. Before we go, big shout out to all the guys from Ashes of Abangor. Did I say that right?
Abangor, I think you said that right.
Yeah. So who got
Abadabba.
Noah,
Abba.
Joe, and all the goblins. You know, Dan, Mark, help me out, Patrick, and Kirby.
Those guys work so hard in the Malignancy.
Awesome.
And Tobin and Kirby and Mac and Pat, they work so hard in the Malignancy and everything like that. It was really cool to see those guys get that recognition. I'm happy for them.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's a show, buddy.
Fellas,
thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you guys so much for having me on. I had a lot of fun tonight.
It was a blast. And yeah, dude, I can't wait. And I didn't ask, are you going to any other cons before we go besides?
No, I would really like to go to IshCon, but I'm going to Mexico that week.
Gotcha.
My wife and I are going to be on a cruise, so hopefully
nice.
Yeah, hopefully I don't die of alcohol poisoning because we're going on the first kid-free cruise that we vacation. It's our first kid-free vacation, so
nice.
Hoping don't die of dehydration, but yeah, it's gonna be. See, there's time for Mexico and IshCon. I really wish there was.
I know.
But in between now and Legions Con, if something comes up, I'll try to plan for it. I know that there's some talk about another Mythic meetup with the Michigan guys in between now and Legions Con. Try to set something up for either Muskegon or something else like that. There was some talk about that.
I mean, we're going to be at Statue Con July 11th through 14th, and what is it? St. Joseph, Michigan.
Oh, that is really.
Yeah, that's next month, middle of next month.
Okay, that is only an hour from me. So if you guys are in town, and St. Joe's a fun place. It's it's a lakeside town and everything like that. Really cool little downtown. If you guys are going to be that close to me, I might go up there just to hang out with you guys and have lunch or something like that. So definitely get a hold of me, please.
Yeah, we're going to have Four Horsemen sending us products. So we're going to be selling. We're basically doing a street team.
Do you need help?
I mean, I don't know how much he's going to send, but hey, I mean, we very well could maybe need someone to,
I say that would be awesome.
But dude, Sideshow's going to be there. I mean, there's going to be some big name people there. So yeah, I'm going to promote some more of it and put it up. That's our little banner that was in the back.
Okay. But definitely keep me in the loop of that. Even if I don't help, I will definitely come up there just because you're like that close to me.
Yeah.
I will definitely come up there and hang out with you guys.
Yeah, no doubt, man. For sure.
Okay.
All right.
Remember, always remember, your porcelain throne and figure opening does not mix.
Don't mix.
Peace.
But what if I really want to do it?